Hi everybody, my name's Kelly and I'm here with my top reads for 2021. We are going to start with The People You Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I did feature Emily Henry as one of my top reads last year, 2020, so it just felt right to stick with the same great author. So this is a romance read. It was published in May of 2021 and it is a story about Alex and Poppy, two friends who met each other through the University of Chicago and went in different directions with life. He's a teacher in Ohio. She's a travel writer in New York City. And each summer they come together to go on an amazing vacation. And so this book moves in between present and past vacation trips and just weaves their friendship, their humor, and their chemistry together to talk about their story and where life leads them. I highly recommend this When Harry Met Sally ode, and you're gonna love it. Give it a try on your next vacation or from the warm comfort of your home. Thanks, everybody. Hello, everyone. This is Kelly, and I'm here with another one of my favorite reads from 2021. This is Atlas of the Heart by Dr. Brené Brown. And this book details Dr. Brown's research on 87 emotions and experiences that define what it means to be human. So this is a great book because you do not have to read it page by page. You can flip through. There's a lot of great illustrations that connect to the research and connect to the experiences. It's really a wonderful way to do some emotional literacy work, which is helpful in your own personal relationships and also work relationships, and also if you're doing work and research on leadership. Connect through shared experiences and just enjoy the writing of Brené Brown. It is academic, but it's also humorous, and go through the different layers of emotions which connect to biology, biography, behavior, and sometimes your backstory, according to Dr. Brown. So I hope you will take a moment and check out this excellent book. It is located in our nonfiction section, my favorite section of the library. Have a wonderful day.
Hi everybody, my name's Michelle and I work in the Youth Services Department here at the Bourbonnais Public Library. So today I'm going to share with you a couple of my top reads from 2021, starting with this book, Darling, and it's by Kayla Ankrum. So this is a retelling of Peter Pan, and as a big Peter Pan fan when I was a kid, this was definitely one I wanted to read. So it's reset in Chicago, and it's really interesting because she kind of takes a twist on some of the characters to make them more like the people you'd find in Chicago. So Wendy's a person of color, and it's just a really awesome inclusion and thrilling retelling of this classic story. Another book that I chose is called Extraordinary Means by Robin Schneider. And this one is about a boy with tuberculosis who's sent to a boarding school with other kids who have tuberculosis. So they're monitored and all dealing with the same thing. And it goes through a lot of internal struggle as well as some external of physically staying healthy and just how he navigates relationships and his time with those people when he knows it's limited. So that's a really cool story that I also enjoyed. And lastly, I picked The Cousins by Karen McNimus. And this one is about family drama. So if you're into drama, this is definitely a good one. This is about three cousins who've been invited to work at their grandmother's island resort. And the grandmother has recently cut off their parents, so they're coming back to hopefully win back her good graces with the inheritance and, of course, everything that comes with the family. So there's a lot of drama. They get into a little bit of trouble, but it's a really cool story and definitely a page turner. So those are my three top picks from 2021, and they can all be found in the teen collection here at the Bourbonnais Public Library.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Stacy. I am the Teen Service Librarian here at the Bourbonnais Public Library, and I'm here to talk to you today about some of my favorite reads from 2021. The first one is The Grace Year by Kim Liggett. So this story is a great weekend book. So if you're looking for something to pick up for the weekend that's a nice little page turner, it's got love, it's got camaraderie, it's got women bonding together. It's just a great read. It's the story of a gal named Tierney who is in this really tight-knit faith community, and they have these different rituals that they do to keep everybody kind of connected and sort of like afraid to break the rules, otherwise they'll be kicked out. So she is getting ready to turn 16, which means she is going to enter into the grace year. So basically they bring these girls into a room and they go through this ceremony where they get veiled, and then they send them out on this journey into the middle of nowhere. And these girls are supposed to release their magic and become pure. So it's the story of what happens to them along the way. They have to evade poachers, and what they really discover is that they are their own worst enemy. There's a romance that takes place while Tierney's out in her grace year. That's really great. It's got some predictability, but it's the good kind of predictability where you want to just keep reading, hoping that what you think is going to happen is actually what's going to happen. There's a few surprises, but it's just a great read overall for the weekend. I describe it as Hunger Games meets Handmaid's Tale. So if you want to pick this up, you can find it here at the Bourbonnais Public Library. You can also find it on our apps. Hoopla has it as an audiobook, and Access 360 has it as an ebook and an audiobook. Another one of my favorite reads from this year is a book by Lori Frankel called This Is How It Always Is. I actually heard about this book on a podcast. The author was being interviewed about her personal life, but also about her writing. And she was talking specifically about this book. While it's not about her personal life directly, she does have personal experience about what she's writing about. So this is a great book to pick up if you're looking to learn, build empathy, and build understanding. It's about a standard, regular American family that's super busy with lots of busy little kids, and what they start to discover about their youngest, Claude. They start to ask to wear a t-shirt with a belt and maybe paint their fingernails, and they start to discover that maybe something's up with Claude. So it's the story of what parents will do to love their children well and to keep their children safe. It's got tenderness, humor, and it's just very relatable. So if you're looking for a book to help you understand a little bit what it's like to be a parent of a kid who's struggling with their gender identity or discovering things about their gender identity, this is a really great read. All right, and finally, my other book from 2021 that I wanted to tell you about, of course, is a cookbook. I love all of Joanna Gaines' recipes. They are so great, but this is probably my favorite one as of yet that she has put out. So the Magnolia Table, a collection of recipes for gathering. So what I really liked about this is, well, obviously the pictures are beautiful. You always have to have beautiful pictures in your cookbook, but also the recipes are ones that most people are familiar with. They're good comfort recipes, and she does a great job of using fresh ingredients combined with like convenience ingredients. So you get really easy, quick, yummy food for your family when you cook out of this cookbook. I think I enjoyed making the soups the most. The one that I liked the best was a wild rice chicken soup. She has great like savory and appetizers and mains and sweets in here, of course. So if you're looking for a recipe book that you want to try out and see if it's something you wanted to add to your collection, I highly recommend coming to the library and picking up cookbooks, and in particular this one, and seeing if you like what's in there and if it's going to belong in your personal collection. So we have this one here in our nonfiction section if you wanted to come in and pick it up for some great recipes.